Not many people are aware of the fact that certain Brahman bulls may weigh more than 2,200 pounds and thrive in temperatures that are so high that other cattle struggle to survive. Brahman cattle, which have their roots in the tough Indian forefathers, have developed into a dominant force in the production of beef all over the world. In this movie, we will take you behind the scenes of Brahman cow rearing and processing. From meadows that are soaked in sunlight to meat plants that are equipped with cutting-edge technology. Get ready to learn how these hardy giants are brought up, cared for, and transformed into the meat that is used to feed millions of people all over the world. The Brahman breed was established in the United States from a combination of Indian Zebu cattle, including the Gujarat, Nellore, and Gir. It comes from the Indian subcontinent. The extraordinary heat tolerance of Brahman cattle is what truly sets them apart from other breeds of cattle. This makes them ideal for environments that are hot and demanding. It is because of their characteristic hump that is located over the shoulders, their loose skin, and their placid demeanor that they have become so popular in tropical locations all over the world. In situations where other breeds might have difficulty thriving, their flexibility and resilience are not only amazing attributes, but they are important qualities that enable farmers to succeed. One of the most widespread breeds of cattle in Australia, the Brahman is also widely employed for beef production in other nations such as the United States of America, Brazil, and Argentina. In spite of the fact that its meat quality is typically inferior to that of European breeds, it is frequently crossbred in order to improve it, which results in the creation of popular hybrids such as Brangus and Brahmusin. Characterized by their high shoulder hump, loose skin, upward curving horns, and big, floppy ears, Brahman cows are easily distinguishable from other cows. The Brahman cattle that are kept in feedlots or restricted pens are provided with a diet that is carefully balanced in order to encourage consistent growth, good health, and the production of high-quality animal meat. Their diet normally consists of a variety of foods, including high-energy grains like as corn or sorghum, sources of protein such as soybean meal or cottonseed, and roughage types such as hay or silage, which are designed to facilitate digestion. On the other hand, a significant number of major businesses opt to rear them on open pastures, which offer the cattle the opportunity to freely graze on grass. Cowboys on horseback and dogs that have been trained are frequently utilized in pasture-raised systems for the purpose of managing and monitoring the herds. This ensures that the cattle remain healthy, safe, and evenly distributed across the agricultural area. A balanced approach to the raising of these resilient animals is created by combining natural grazing with human supervision by means of this combination. The animals that are put on exhibit during Brahman cattle auctions and livestock shows deserve to be considered among the very best in the world. Massive, muscular, and immaculately groomed, all at the same time. Brahman cattle can weigh up to 2,200 pounds and stand between 5.5 and 6 feet tall at the shoulder. The largest Brahman cattle can weigh up to 2,200 pounds. Careful attention is paid to the cattle in order to get them ready for these kind of occurrences. They are brushed every day, bathed on a regular basis, and frequently kept under fans in order to help them remain clean and cool. In order to assist patients in achieving their optimum body condition, their meals may be modified. Heifers of Brahman breeds often reach puberty at a later age than those of European breeds, which means that they are unable to dependably calve by the time they are 2 years old. Their gestation time is approximately 293 days on average, which is longer than that of European breeds. This can have an impact on the breeding intervals. At birth, calves are quite small, but by the time they are weaned, they have grown to be comparable to other breeds. Brahmans are bright, inquisitive, and robust animals who thrive in harsh environments and on a limited diet. However, owing to their sensitive and occasionally protective temperament, they require gentle handling. When Brahman cattle attain market weight, which commonly occurs between the ages of 18 and 24 months, depending on the manner in which they were raised, they are routinely harvested based on their weight. After the cattle have been prepared, they are gathered, examined to determine their state of health, and then placed onto enormous transport trucks that are en route to processing plants. The method that is followed when Brahman cattle arrive at the processing factory is extremely well organized and hygienic in order to guarantee both the cow's safety and their quality. The animals are first stunned and then slaughtered in a humane manner. Following this, the carcass is then cut in two, and the internal organs are removed with great care. After that, the carcasses are washed properly to remove any pollutants and weighed before being placed into a chilling room. In this room, the carcasses are kept at low temperatures to maintain their freshness and to allow the meat to become more solid. Following the cooling process, the entire sides are examined to determine their quality, which includes considering marbling, color, and overall condition. The next step is the fabrication. These primal cuts are then further processed into smaller retail slices, after the carcasses have been chilled and broken down into primal cuts. As part of the process of preparing clean parts of meat, skilled technicians undertake deboning, which involves clipping away superfluous fat and bone. Following that, these slices are transferred to the packing department, where they are vacuum sealed to ensure that they remain fresh, labeled, boxed, and packaged in preparation for delivery. Even though Brahman cattle is recognized for being lean and having less marbling, it still has a rich flavor, particularly when it is cooked correctly. Countries that are classified as tropical or subtropical, including as Brazil, Argentina, Colombia, Paraguay, Australia, the United States of America, Mexico, and certain regions of Southeast Asia, are particularly strong consumers of Brahman beef. Because of its solid structure and robust flavor, Brahman beef is ideally suited for slow cooking techniques such as braising, stewing, or roasting. Additionally, it can be grilled or pan-seared if it has been let to age or marinate properly. The appropriate preparation of this ingredient results in a flavor that is powerful and substantial, and it is frequently used in stews, curries, barbecues, stir-fries, other ground foods. While the video covers many key aspects of Brahman cattle farming, there are several additional angles and details that could enrich the topic further. For instance, the unique genetic traits and the impact of Brahman cattle on global beef markets can be explored in more depth. Additionally, sustainability and ethical practices in Brahman farming could also be highlighted to provide a fuller picture of the industry. One interesting aspect not touched is the growing trend of Brahman cattle breeding and genetic improvement. By using advanced genetic technologies, farmers are able to selectively breed Brahman cattle to enhance desirable traits such as heat tolerance, disease resistance, and meat quality. This ensures that the cattle remain a valuable resource for beef production, even as climate change and other environmental factors continue to impact traditional farming practices. Moreover, hybrid cattle breeds like Brangus, Brahman Angus cross, and Brahmusin, Brahman Simmental cross, have become increasingly popular due to their ability to combine Brahman's hardiness with the superior meat quality of other breeds. The role of artificial insemination, AI, and embryo transfer techniques in improving Brahman genetics could also be explored, as these methods are becoming more common in the industry. Furthermore, an in-depth look at the economic impact of Brahman cattle farming would provide a broader perspective. Brahman beef is not only a staple in tropical and subtropical regions, but its exports also play a significant role in international trade. Countries like Brazil, Australia, and the United States rely on Brahman cattle to meet both domestic and international demand for beef. The economic benefits of Brahman beef farming are not just limited to meat production but extend to employment in related industries, including feed production, transportation, and processing. Another area that could be expanded upon is the welfare and ethical considerations in Brahman cattle farming. While the video briefly touches on humane slaughtering practices, it would be valuable to discuss the broader ethical implications of large-scale cattle farming. This could include the management of cattle during their lives, the conditions in which they are raised, and the strategies used to ensure their well-being in both pasture-based and confined systems. Animal welfare standards and certifications, such as the Global Animal Partnership, CAP, or Certified Humane Programs, could be mentioned as a way for farmers to meet consumer demand for ethically produced meat. Additionally, there is a growing interest in sustainability in the beef industry, and Brahman cattle farming is no exception. Due to their adaptability to heat and less resource-intensive grazing requirements, Brahman cattle are often considered more sustainable than other beef cattle breeds, particularly in regions prone to droughts or extreme temperatures. More information could be provided on the environmental benefits of Brahman farming, such as reduced water usage, land degradation, and feed inputs compared to other breeds. Finally, the culinary versatility of Brahman beef is another angle worth exploring. While the video mentions its suitability for slow cooking, it would be interesting to highlight how Brahman beef is enjoyed in various cuisines around the world. In countries like Brazil and Argentina, Brahman beef is a key ingredient in traditional barbecue dishes such as churrasco. Additionally, a discussion on the different cuts of Brahman beef, such as brisket, flank steak, and short ribs, and how they can be prepared using different cooking methods, would further emphasize its culinary value.